Hello guys, it's me Tik. As you know me, I'm working here as a nurse in Switzerland. There I've done some YouTube videos that talks about the process that need to be done. Shortly introduce myself. I have been working as a nurse in Thailand for let's say 15 years or more approximately, and I did the process to start working here as a nurse. I've been here working as a nurse in the intermediate care unit for 2 years already. Today I decided to do the video again, but in English, so I think that's more useful for those who are also interested to work here as a nurse in Switzerland as well. So if you think it's gonna be like useful for you guys, I am very welcome that you want to share my video to your friends or your colleagues or those who are interested like me and like you. Let's find out, you guys, the way that you can work here as a nurse like me. So in short, I will say about what are the topics that I'm gonna talk today. So today is gonna be like, first round is like general information that you could survey what those process that need to be done, what you have to prepare yourself. And in the near future, I will do again, talk deeply about the process to recognize your diploma or your license. So today the topic would include about the visa and the work permit and the German language, and about the process to apply the job, and also talks about the income and the outcome that maybe you are also interested to know before start, if it is like useful or is it like burdensome or is worth to do the process that I did. So firstly, I'm gonna talk about the nursing license, how you can do to recognize your diploma or the nursing certificate or whatsoever that you call. In Switzerland, all those who work in the healthcare professions, you have to apply to get your diploma qualified at Swiss Red Cross. So all the information, I will put you the link at the comments, so no worries. To apply at the using your nursing license, you have to go back to your school to get your certification, to get your transcript, and also to get your nursing license, and everything has to be translated into either English or German. That would be best way. And important thing is that in your transcript, to get those committee or those experts who work in the Swiss Red Cross, they could understand your transcript very easily. So it has to be good explaining, like how many hours that you did your theory part and how many hours did you meet the patients. I mean, how many hours that you do like the clinical training in such unit, surgical unit, medical unit, or operation theater or outpatient clinic. Let them know and let them understand your career path very easily. That is the first thing. And then that is also about your nursing license in your country, that this license is not yet expired. For when you get these two papers done, you have to send it back. And also the thing that is also required is your living permission here in Switzerland or in the neighborland country. That is the second thing that is needed. And then they will give you like 2 years that you have to improve your German. There's no matter what, how level your German language is at the survey process that you send your paper, but After this sending process at the first round, you have time 2 years to get your German at B2 level. So that is the first topic. So now let's talk deeply about German language. So as you know, Switzerland is the land that used for different languages as official language. German, French, Italian, and Romanish. So that depends on where you're gonna work or where you're gonna live. So those languages are really important. As you guys know already that German language is one of the more difficult language around the world. So there we got like 6 levels. A1, A2, that basically I would say like at the beginning level, and B1, B2 I would say is like intermediate level, and C1, C2 like you use language fluently could be like comparable to the native speaker, I would say. Here in Switzerland, the point is the difficulty is like what we've learned in school is like High German or General German, and the people here in Switzerland, they will use like what we call Swiss German. That is way, somehow for me it's very difficult, or basically for everyone who learn High German at school. So I would say basically I could improve my German when I start working, because you have to use it intensively, you have to use it fluently, you got no chance to use your English. And the more difficult is like mostly people they're gonna use like the Swiss German. So they are like somehow 50% I would say they will use like the high that you could understand is similar to the High German, but the tone and the accent there's different that makes everything very difficult, but you could survive it when you use it every day. Basically, since you get your language done at German B2 level, it's not just like you went to the class for the German B2, but also you need to pass the exam. There you can get like certification saying that you passed already your German. So then you send this paper back to Swiss Race Course to get them approve your paper. And so when all the process done, what you're gonna get is the thing like this. I'll show you. So yeah, it is like this. Saying that, I don't know, I'm not sure if you could see it. Anyway, so above here is like saying like from Red Cross Switzerland. This is your name and what you get as the title after all the process done. With this paper, you are registered here in Swiss system to work as a nurse in Switzerland. But in this paper also, they will have like 2 pages. They will say if you need some courses or if you need like to get practical training more before you start applying the job. For me, luckily, I don't need to do any courses and I don't need to do any training to start working. So that just like depends from case by case. I can't confirm, like maybe they have a look like how many hours that you do, and also like from your CV. In German we call it Lebenslauf, saying that like how did you study, how many years you start working, blah blah blah. So they will have a look on that. Now let's talk about after you get this paper already, after you have done your German at B2 level already, or those who need to do the training, after the diploma recognition, and when you get all the process done, how do you start applying the job? So for me, I did start at first hospital that is not that far from my hometown. Point is that I'm gonna talk is about working permit. As you know, I'm from Thailand, and Thailand here we say that is like the third countries. That means in Switzerland, when they gonna hire someone in such position, they will consider from the nation of the people or the one that applies the job. So firstly, with this position, they have, I think this is like basic rule from every country, that they have to first look from the local people. And in this position, if they could not find those in local, so they're gonna enhance or expand like the area. So they will have a look for those who are in European country. It's like Germany or the Austrian people or the French people who come working here. And if they could not still finding those people to fill up this position, so it's gonna be our chance for third countries. It's like way a bit difficult when you are from third country, but there is still the room when you are really expert and when you speak their language. That is still the way that you can get your position. Your company or your hospital will get all the paper done after the applying process, and then you went there to have a look if the position is really good to you and they like you to work in their hospital as well. They will get your paper done and hand in all paper to immigration in each canton. Canton is like province. In Switzerland they call canton. So in different canton, different province, they got different rules, different contingent. Is like how many percent of the foreigner who works already in their province and how many percent left. So it just like depends from province to province, I would say. So then when the hospital applies your information, all papers to the immigration already in each province, as I mentioned. So the province immigration control will decide if they're gonna get you the visa or not. So the work permit is done by the hospital and the visa is done by the province or the canton. So when you get these two, you are allowed to work here legally in Switzerland as a nurse. So now let's come to the topic that I am pretty sure that you guys are really interested to know. So let's talk about the income and also the outcome. I will put like the link that quite credible, the budget or the pocket that you will get in your bag by the end of the month. So in Switzerland we call netto and brutto from your income monthly. Brutto is like the money that you get in the paper, and then after deduct of the tax and the pension and everything, the rest of the money that you got in your bag, that is what we call netto. So basically working here as a registered nurse, the salary is different from province to province. That always like depends on where you work, where you live, and of course like if you live in like the center, like in Zurich, you earn more, but also the cost of living is like also high respectively. So it just like depends where you apply the job and where you're gonna live. So and but believe me, with this netto is like money in your bag, you can still live your good life here in Switzerland. Let's talk about the outcome, what you have to pay as the foreigner living here and working here in Switzerland like me, the extra thing that you have to pay above those who are local is like what we call Kohlensteuer. So it's like if you are a foreigner who live abroad and you work there abroad, that is like the extra tax that you have to pay extra. So for me it's like approximately it's like I would say like between 800 to 1000 Swiss francs that is like deduct automatically from your account by the end of the month. That's it, the thing. And the second thing is like the pension Pensionkasse, or like pension is like money when you, it's like social security when you lose your job, when you got accident, or when you turn like pension. It's like money in your future, I would say. And that's the thing. And the third thing is, of course, it's like your health insurance that just like depends on how you pay and what like the option where you can get from each company. So it just like depends on how you like it and how you want to spend the money. And the next thing is like, of course, it's like the car, is like the rent for apartment. And the next thing is like, of course, your cost of living, eating, and blah blah blah. But trust me, by the end of the month you get your saving money. Until now, I think you will get like some rough idea about all the process. So I would just like want to summarize and give you some tips for those who are really interested. And I just would like to say that you don't give up with your German, because I understand it is really difficult, but by the end you are at the position that you can start working here, and then you look back and you will see like that was the right decision, that you try your best learning German. And of course that depends from people to the people, the way you learn the language. But I just want to say like you have to use it intensively. You have to cut your environment with your own mother languages, and you have to start talking without giving a shit about the grammar and whatsoever, because in the real life they don't care about how you use the German grammar. The main important thing is like the keyword and medical terms. I went also beside the normal German language course that I went to. I also did once that is, for me, I think that is like the tip, that is really important course that you should enroll, that I will put also the link, that would what we call is like medical German, because basically in real life they use also English like technical term, but it's not like exactly similar 100%. I would say it's just like 30% they use like the same terms, but mostly it's like German terms. So I think that's gonna be useful for you guys when you enroll this course before you really start working. That really helps. Finally, I would like to thank you guys for sharing your time and sharing those comments and questions towards my video. And once again, I will do the next video talking deeply about the recognition process step by step. And if you are interested, you guys are always welcome to have a look on and share my video, of course, when you like. So I think it's time to go now, and thank you so much for watching my video and spending your valuable time with my video. And